What's going on, man? Welcome to another episode of Only 15 Minutes Podcast, Season 2, Episode 6.
I said the hip hop, the hip it to the hip hop, you don't stop.
Hosted by your boy, Jacoby Bruton. And make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Jacoby Bruton Comedy. Before we get started on today's episode, I do want to give a big shout out to Clearwater Beach, Florida, for coming out and rocking with your boy this past weekend. One show Friday, one show Saturday. We had a small, turnout Friday. It was because it was raining. And if you live in Florida, most people don't come out when it rains. And it is what it is. But the people that came out, you guys were such a dope crowd. I really appreciate you guys so much. And Saturday, it was beautiful. No rain, just cloudy. But as the night set down, sold out. We sold out. Your boy sold out. Clearwater Beach Comedy Club, man. Packed capacity. You know what I'm saying? We had to turn people away because it's like, yo, your boy sold out. Is that you doing a second show? Nope. No, it wasn't like that. I was joking. Big shout out to Clearwater Beach. To everybody that came out, man, we appreciate you guys. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Big shout out to the club and the hospitality. If you are ever in the Clearwater Beach area, make sure you go check out Clearwater Comedy Club. I had fun. I had a blast. Big shout out to all the comics that was on stage. 40 minutes of material. I got to work on some new stuff. I was able to work on old stuff. I was able to add new tags and just kind of restructure some jokes. But I had fun. I had a lot of fun. Big shout out to Kenny Garcia, the owner of Clearwater Beach Comedy Club. Thank you for having me. Much respect to you. And also, he just texted me. He said, hey, if you want another weekend, holla at me. And I said, I'm definitely going to do that. So I might be going back to Sunshine City Comedy Club in St. Petersburg, Florida, maybe August, because I was looking at his dates. I didn't want to come in April. I didn't want to come in May, so I was looking in June. And it's kind of, his calendar was filled up. My correction. So I might go back there in August. So I want to get myself prepared to do some new jokes. So we got to hit the stage, baby. We got to hit the stage, but we got to hit the stage. You know what I'm saying? I got a text from Jerry. I'm supposed to do a podcast with him today. And I'm like, I ain't going to lie. I don't feel like doing nothing. I got to work tonight. I just want to chill and just watch TV. I was watching Monster Inc. on Disney Plus. My wife said, why you keep on watching these kids shows? And you say, it's a sign of autistic. I guess I'm autistic then, because I like Monster Inc. I watch Toy Story 1, 2, 3, and 4, and Toy Story 5 is coming out in theater. I will be there. I watch Monster Inc. University, and I watch Monster Inc. I was trying to watch a movie with my son, but he was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to be on my tablet. And I was like, all right, there goes quality time. Sucks to be him. But today's episode is about America's Next Top Model on Netflix, streaming now as we speak. It's a documentary series. If you are not familiar with America's Next Top Model, it came out in early 2000, I believe 2003, starring Tyra Banks, featuring Jay Alexander and Jay Manuel. And they're on this nationwide search to look for America's Next Top Model. And they found a handful of women that sent audition tape. There's some young people out here that's watch my podcast. It's like, tapes? You guys sent out tapes? Yeah, we did. I long time ago, I auditioned for Real World after I graduated high school. I ain't made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't picked your boy. But I did audition, VHS tape, mailed out in New York, and I was like, I'm about to make it big. Nope. They didn't choose your boy. But it is what it is. So I was excited that the documentary series was being presented on Netflix. It's called Reality Check. I wanted to learn more about the America's Next Top Model because I watched a few episodes when it came out, but I wasn't I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I was watching like, other TV shows, but in the early 2000s, reality show was a big thing. You had Real World, you had Road Rules, you had Fear Factor. Like there was just a lot of reality was just like starting up in the early 2000s. So America's Next Top Model was like, making headway, and they came out. So it's wife and kids. Sometimes I don't mind the kids in the background. Sometimes they're just too loud. So like they cruise in his room. Kai, he just run around like a menace. He don't really care. But I learned so much watching that show where I look at Tyra Banks at a different point of view. Like Tyra, she was a beast. Like she was. I was a fan of Tyra back in the day, but like watching this documentary, that's a bitch. Tyra's a bitch. For what she did to put these women into different situation, it's crazy. Hey, what are you doing? Stop, Kai. He banging the gate. Oh my God, my 3-year-old. He just a different person. Like, he just don't listen. I gotta put belt to ass on him, and he's 3. Just kidding. I don't beat him. Kai, stop. So when you watch the documentary series, there's only 1 season, 3 episodes, and when you watch it, the first episode is like, okay, it doesn't grab your attention. You gotta wait until the end of episode 1. It gets you hooked. And once you get hooked, you watch in episode 2. And episode 2, it breaks down a lot of grimy shit they were doing. For example, African American woman, her name was Ebony, and she was labeled as being ashy. Like she was a dark skin complexion woman, and the judges was like, "You're too ashy. You're not going to make it in this business. You're not going to be a cover girl. You're not going to be on a runway. You're just too ashy. It's not going to work." And she's like, "Really? I thought my skin was good." And for me to watch the documentary series at the time, and also keep in mind, these are 18, 17-year-old girls. I mean, women growing and stepping into that adulthood. So that's another thing we got to take in consideration. Like, these are young women, and then for them to break it down and label her as ashy. She was known to being ashy, and that messed her up. So she had to buy like a special type of lotion to moisturize her skin better that lasts longer. And the women that she was living with was complaining about her new lotion because it was leaving residue around the quarter, around where they were living, their living quarter. And they were like, "Oh, this is gross. You need to clean yourself up." And he's like, "Dang, man, like she just trying." Like she was trying, and that destroyed her. Another woman, her name was Giselle. She had confidence issues. They were like criticizing her about her wide butt, and like that affected her. Sandy, this one was like, that caught me off guard. She cheated on her boyfriend, and Tyra did this whole spiel about how in this industry it's hard to be faithful. It's hard to be in a committed relationship. I cheated on someone, and I had to be honest with him. So I told him. And she's like, you need to tell them that you need to tell him you cheated. You need to call it right now and tell him you cheated. And she's like, "I don't want to." She's like, "You need to." And the whole time they filming this. And what happened was she was at a party with all the other contestants of America's Next Top Model, and they brought some dudes over, and they're drinking, they're having fun. You know, they young girls. And I don't think they're supposed to be drinking because I think some of them were like 21 and some were 18. Like the age range, it fluctuates. So I'm not saying that everybody was 18. Everybody had different age. There were young girls. Like someone was 18, 20, 21, like, 24. So on and so on. So she got too wasted. She don't remember she had sex because she woke up, she next to the dude, and they naked. And they filming this. And she crying like, I gotta call. And she was on the phone. She was like, I'm so sorry. And the dude was like, what happened? What happened? She was like, I cheated. And he said, what you mean? He said, I had sex. And he was like, sex? Why? I can't even look at you the same. Like, it broke her so bad. And these women that was on the show, there were some that came back for the documentary to have a testimony, to actually give their point of view. And Sandy was on the series, and she was still hurt by it. She's like, that tarnished my image on national television. She's like, they labeled me as an infidelity woman. I was a cheater. It was crazy. It was crazy because like there was no moral compass through the film production crew. Like no one, even the director, the producer, and I feel like the person that gave the green light in the first episode was Dawn. I forgot her first name. It was Dawn so-and-so. And she's like, yeah, let's roll. So when someone said, hey, should we air this? She's like, yeah, go ahead, put it on air. Because they were focused on views, no matter what. They filmed people throwing up, passing out, getting sick, body shaming. And the whole time, they were being body shamed. They were being verbally abused, mentally abused, physically abused, just to become America's Next Top Model. And Tyra, I'm surprised Tyra was on the documentary. I'm surprised she spoke her mind about the whole process. And she was like nonchalant, like I did it to get a check. I did it because I wanted to be the biggest rating television show on the network. Like, and you could tell she would talk about certain situation, but she wasn't sincere. She's like, yeah, it was wrong. And that's all. Kai, stop. See, I got to knock him out when I get done. They did different photo shoots. They did photo shoots as being homeless, smoking, like having a serious tobacco addiction. They did photo shoots of like filming themselves with dead fish. And at this point, even the contestants, like, this is not even about modeling no more. It's about reality TV. Because I'd never seen a model in a magazine pretend they homeless. A model in a magazine pretend that they have some type of addiction. They did this one shoot that they pretend they were dead. Like, they were praising homicide. They were praising murder in a photo shoot. And there's one lady, she took a photo of her being shot, and the real story was that her mom got shot and became paralyzed. And they knew that was in her background. Like, oh yeah, my mom got shot and she's paralyzed. So in a photo shoot, hey, you gonna do a photo shoot of you getting shot, dead. The whole documentary was crazy. It is a crazy documentary. Like I said, only one season, only 3 episodes. I don't know if they're going to come out with more, but all 3 episodes are available on Netflix. There was another part of the documentary where it kind of just threw me off. Like, it was crazy. It was a person, her name was Danielle. She was an African-American woman. And another lady, her name was Lauren, and she was a Caucasian woman. And Danielle had a gap. And to me, I don't think there's any other judges. Just like, hey, you need to get rid of that gap. We need to close that gap. And Danielle's like, no, I'm not doing that. He's like, nah, I'm good. The gap represents who I am. And they picked out Lauren. Hey, we got to fix your fucked up teeth. And Lauren's like, yeah, please do, because I don't have the money to fix it. And I'm a person that had fucked up teeth growing up. I didn't get my teeth fixed till junior year of high school, because I used to laugh like this. That's funny, dog. I used to cover my mouth because my teeth were so fucked up. So I get the insecurity that you have when you have fucked up teeth. And she had an insecurity. Like, she was a beautiful woman, but she had fucked up teeth. He's like, damn, man, you cute. Oh, no, you got fucked up teeth. So she immediately said, yeah, I'll do it. Sign me up. Danielle said, no, I ain't doing that. I just got a gap. Ain't nothing wrong with my teeth. So they went to the dentist. They met the dentist, and the dentist asked Danielle, hey, you want to fix your teeth, the gap? She's like, nah, hell nah. I'll do some cleaning, but you ain't touching my gap. They went to another scene. It's Lauren, same dentist. Hey, you want to fix your teeth? She's like, hell yeah. All right, you got to sign this paper. And the paper said you can't call nobody. You can't call your mom, your dad, your brother. You can't call no lawyer. You sign your rights away right now. You can't tell nobody. So she had to sign that form. And Lauren, she was on documentary. She was stating, like, even to this very day, my teeth are still fucked up. I don't think that was a real dentist. I think they hired someone on the streets. They said, hey, you gonna play as a dentist on this amazing #1 rated TV show? And he's like, what's it called? America's Next Top Model. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. How much? $2,000. And you get credit for it. All right, bad. Do you have an experience? No, I don't. He could have been a real dentist. I don't know, but because when they fixed Lauren's teeth, it took 24 hours. I don't know what dentists do 24-hour surgery. That's insane. That's insane. And like I said, Lauren on the documentary, she still states that her teeth still fucked up, even though they fixed it. So, man, it's a crazy documentary. If you are a fan of America's Next Top Model and you want to see the insight, go check it out. It's streaming now on Netflix. It's insane. It'll make you look at people totally different. And Tyra Banks, boy, you is an evil bitch. You could have stopped that. And the funny thing, Tyra Banks went through that in her career. Body shaming. People were judging her. People looked at her different. Like, in her career, it was tough for her to become a model in that industry. And it's so funny that when she did the show, she did the same thing to these women. Like, she verbally abused these motherfuckers. He's like, bitch, you ugly. Bitch, you fat. Bitch, you stupid. Bitch, you skinny. And all them hoes was skinny, man. I don't know how we as society thought that was beautiful. I don't like skinny women like that. Like, they were skinny bone. Some women weighed 95 pounds. That's insane to me. To be 95 pounds or 100. 105, they think you fat. I like a thick woman. My wife is thick. I love a thick woman. I can't skin no skinny bitch. Now, ain't nothing wrong with that. There's guys that love skinny women. But nah, man. Nah. I can't do that. They were still beautiful. But, you know, put some meat on your bone. You too skinny. And they were young, too. Like I said, the age range fluctuated. It was 17, 18, 20, 21. I think even 24. I don't know. But if you are interested, go check it out. It's streaming right now. Netflix documentary series is called Reality Check America Next Top Model. Go check it out, man. You make your own opinion about it. These are my opinion about the show. I took some notes. I want to make sure I had notes so I could actually talk about it, because that's what I want to do, man. Only 15 Minutes Podcast. Keep in mind, Only 15 Minutes Podcast, we'll be dropping new episode every Monday at 7 p.m. I was going to do 2. I didn't feel like 2 was a good time, so I'm going to drop it later on. So every Monday, 7 p.m., Only 15 Minutes Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and make sure you follow me on every social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You guys have been great. I love you. Take care. See you next time. God bless.